Mr. Scindia,
I want to say something.
what is the moral of the story, Mr. Scindia?
Arnab, I would like to compliment the Times Now channel for exposing these guys. I am really so proud of you that you have done a right thing. And you know, if the Chief Minister and the Speaker wants to cancel this trip, it is question of one signature.
Yeah, exactly.
The money sanction is done by the Finance Ministry and in this case, the Chief Minister himself.
Exactly.
And also the Government of India, what is it doing? How they have released the foreign exchange for all these things? And all of us know, including the Prime Minister and the present Chief Minister, by these studies, the reports are not received, and
Okay.
even if the reports are not received, action is not
Okay,
taken.
I think that you're
So what's
right.
the point in
It's
this?
one phone call, says the former Home Minister, and he's a former Home Minister. He knows one phone call, one signature from a Principal Secretary, this junket can be called off. Last caller tonight, and I thank the callers who have been on air, and I apologize to those who have not been able to take on air. Nilesh is calling in from Mumbai. Good evening, Nilesh. What would you like to say?
Hello.
Go
Hello.
ahead, Nilesh.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes, Nilesh.
Arnab, can you listen me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, Nilesh. Go ahead.
Yeah. I just want to ask Mr. Terry that if these MLAs had not gone for fun and entertainment, then why did Mr. Yediyurappa yesterday that they will be called back? What is the reason and why he is justifying? On one hand, they are asking the resignation of the PM in Colgate, and they are giving a symbol that their MLA have gone for a study tour. What
Okay.
study tour?
Now I have 1 minute on the debate. Nilesh, let Mr. Chari reply to you. I think he heard you.
See, I have told you point blank right in the beginning that even if it is a study tour and even if it is a very, very serious tour, this tour was uncalled for at this stage, especially when the economy is in a bad shape and when Karnataka region is facing some problems. So I have told you specifically, the question is not whether somebody is going now or somebody had already gone yesterday or somebody is planning to go tomorrow. The issue is, just as the Home Minister has given a government order for bureaucrats, what we have to do is at a national level, we have to have a parameter
Yes,
for all
absolutely.
elected representatives.
Well, I think
And
we need to.
remember one thing,
no,
remember
we
one
need
thing.
to. You need to punish those.
It is a constitutional provision. By constitution, by their salary, by their jobs, by their everything, they are very much within the constitutional right to go out of this country
For skiing.
using the money of the taxpayers.
skiing.
But the problem
No,
is...
for skiing.
But the problem is...
No, to visit a ski park.
Arnav,
to
try
visit a ski
understand.
park.
Arnav, try to understand.
To go to the
Arnav,
pyramids.
are you going to keep on interrupting like
No.
this?
There is a. My question
Arnav,
to you
let us
is,
take
Mr.
this
No,
debate a little
am I
more
going?
seriously.
If what you're saying is factually
Arnav-
incorrect, I have to correct you.
Arnav, let us take this debate a little more serious.
Well,
If
it
you
is
want
dead
to keep on
serious.
talking about skiing and Egypt, please.
Why is it
please,
embarrassing to
keep
talk about
all
those?
these debates to yourself.
No, is it embarrassing to talk about
The
that?
problem is these junkets are prepared in such a manner. The very idea of preparing such a junket and covering it as a
Mr.
study tour
Chari,
is
Mr.
to
Chari,
make a
first of all,
make a holiday tour official.
Mr. Chari,
Arnav,
Mr. Chari,
please
don't
listen,
say,
please listen.
don't say you are not. First of all, don't say you are not being serious. If I had not been serious about the story, we would not be reporting on the story. We are dead
Arnav,
serious about the story. The question
Arnav,
is,
if I was not
Arnav,
question
can I just have one last
question
word?
if I
is.
was not serious about it, I wouldn't have come for
Yeah,
the
but
debate
the
in the first
question is that
place. I am
this is the
telling you
misuse of
again,
taxpayer
I am
money.
telling you again. I am telling you, this is what I said in the first place. Arnav, you are repeating what I said.
No, but then you are saying there's a
Let me
constitutional
put the
provision.
point straight. Yes, there is a constitutional provision. The problem is, the constitution does not allow them to have a holiday in the name of a holiday.
Which is exactly
These are
what
all
we are saying.
serious
So
things.
call it off.
Let us seriously.
So call it off.
The question is not calling it off.
Why not?
Today or now. The question is not calling it off.
Call
today.
it off right now.
It should have been yesterday, not
Make it
today.
mandatory. Arnav,
My God.
You call it
off.
yesterday,
I don't know why you can't call it off.
This is going to take place after another 10 minutes. After another 10 days, 12 days, 15 days, 1 month, 2 months, again another team is going to go.
So of course, but
Are you
call.
going to have another debate at that time?
Well, call it off. Call off this one.
Exactly, that is what I am saying.
Aruna,
Call it off now, but let
I
us
come in on
now
this?
talk about the
Last one.
parameters.
No, parameters we'll discuss. First,
Can we
call it
talk
off.
about parameters?
First, embarrass.
If not, no.
First, expose the people who, while their people
of
are
the
dying
two
of
has
drought,
been
are
called
going
off.
for holidays like this. Mr. Chari.
One tour has been called off, and let us call off Mr.
Yeah, and on the
Mr.
back of
Arnab
that-
Goswami. Let us call off all the tours of all the people in this country,
Yes.
including that of the
Arnab,
Prime
can I
Minister
just
who
say
went
one
to
word?
non-aligned summit in Tehran.
No,
and
no,
there was no business for him to
let's
go.
not trivialize the discussion on a
Was it
debate.
so important?
Don't trivialize the discussion on a
It's not
debate.
a question of
No,
trivializing.
don't trivialize the discussion on a
What
debate.
was it?
That's an
What did-
official.
Those are not good
Please,
comparisons.
come on. Let's not trivialize the
What
debate.
did the former... what did
1
the
minute, a
former-
Prime
what did
Minister
the
of
former
India going
President
for a
of India
non-aligned
achieve?
meeting. Please don't compare that to a group of BJP and Congress MPs watching a tango dance in Argentina. Don't make that come. Then you are trivializing it.
I am comparing.
Then you are trivializing it.
I am comparing two visits.
No,
That of
you
the
are
Prime
not.
Minister,
Arnab, can
that of the
I-
Prime
it's-
Minister and
it's
that
a-
of
it's a
former
very-
president. That of the former president.
It's a defensive
That of the
reaction.
former president.
You call up these people. You know,
That of the former president.
now, gentlemen,
That of the former president. Please, Arnab Goswami.
Mr. Seshadri Chari, let's get Dinesh wants to say something. Yes, Dinesh. Quickly, I'm extending this by 2 minutes because the debate is important. Yes.
Mr. Chari, Mr. Chari's argument I think is totally baseless because this trip was discussed 1 month ago by the leader of opposition, by the chief minister, everyone, and everyone decided not to have this trip. So it is not that this is a situation which is coming about now. We've been having drought for the last 5 months. So, you know, this situation was always there. And everyone was aware that they should not go on this trip.
Well, okay,
The
Mr. Iyer
government
wants to come in.
allowing
Mr.
them to
Iyer,
go, you know,
Mr. Iyer.
So this is a ridiculous argument by comparing it to non-aligned meat and other study research tours done by good people, you know, who have, even the assembly ones from Karnataka. We had gone to China for about 15 days. It was a very good trip because we basically studied a lot of things which happened in China. That was a good trip, but this is just a holiday. This is just a junket tour, so this is just a burden on the exchequer.
Okay, Mr. Iyer, last word to you
You are
tonight.
repeating, Mr. Rao, you are repeating what I have said. You are repeating what I have said. I am telling
I'm
you the
saying, why
same
are you
thing.
defending it?
This junket is useless,
And when the chief
preposterous.
minister
I
can
am
take
not
a decision,
defending
let him take a
it.
decision.
What I am trying to say,
Why is the chief
what
minister not deciding?
I
Why
am
is he not
trying to
cancelling
say
this?
is,
Why can't
what
he
I am
cancel
trying
it?
to say is,
It's just a
cancel the
matter
trip.
of a simple
Cancel the
executive
trip.
decision.
Cancel the trip. I am telling
Yeah, why
you,
is it
cancel the
cancelling
trip.
it? Why is the
but also,
chief minister and the speaker not cancelling it?
yes, but also decide about the
All
parameters.
political parties
I am
cancel
again
it.
repeating.
Well, you know, there's a political consensus, all-party consensus on this junket. By the way,
Mr. Those when
Mr.
it's required. This is
Mr.
not-
Iyer, last word to you.
It's not even a study tour.
Last word to the guest tonight from Pune, please. Yes, Mr. Iyer, go ahead. This is a disastrous situation. One group of MLAs, and I want to update our viewers, one group of MLAs on a junket in South America is refusing to come back, saying that despite the chief ministers wanting them back, they will complete their entire global excursion and only then return. And another group of MLAs, part of some petition committee and House committee of the Karnataka Assembly, is going to Russia, Finland, Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Egypt and Israel to decide how, maybe to try and find us ways to improve the lives of the drought-affected farmers of Karnataka. This is a ridiculous situation and this is completely exposed. If these papers are required by anybody in Karnataka, we are ready to share these papers with them so that this story goes further. Mr. Iyer, last word to you tonight. Do you think they'll come back? Those who've gone and those who are about to go, will they be stopped? Mr. Iyer, can those...
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't quite hear your question.
Can those who are about to go be stopped?
Should these tours be stopped? Absolutely, yes. I mean, it shouldn't be any hesitation at all. I mean, I was hearing the gentleman, Mr. Chari, talking about, you know, we have been encouraging them not to go for the trip and so on and so forth and etc., etc. The fundamental problem here today, Arnav, is that look at the way the MLA gets elected. He contributes a huge amount of money to the party fund and he spends a lot of money getting elected. Now, effectively, where the party should have been a
No, I
bigger
think this is a
entity than
different
the
argument.
individual MLA, you have the reverse situation where an MLA is kind of holding the party to ransom, if I may say so. So, net is that you have a chief minister, you have a head of the party who are completely powerless being able to stop any of these MLAs. So that is the root cause of the problem here.
Well,
I think in the larger context, in the bigger picture,
there is
we
no-
need to look at a completely different
Well,
way
I
of
put a
having,
request tonight.
conducting
I'm putting
politics
this
in our
request
nation.
tonight. I have a list of people who are about to go on this foreign trip. Any one of those MLAs wants to come on the news hour and face the people of this country and tell them why he needs to go to a ski location, why he needs to go to the pyramids, and why he needs to go to boulevards of Stockholm to improve the lives of people in Karnataka. Come on, news hour. Face the people of this country and tell them why this trip is so important. Gentlemen, I leave it to the wisdom of the viewers for tonight. I'm for much more on the story coming up tomorrow. Till they return and till this story gets to its logical conclusion. I'll see you tomorrow once again on the News Hour with a big story. Till then, good night and goodbye.